Understanding how the moon affects the tide is key because fish follow moving water. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Fish don't follow the moon, they follow moving water. And once you understand this, choosing the right days to fish will become a whole lot easier. Now when water moves, it creates action, right? It pushes bait fish around, it stirs up food, and it mixes in oxygen. So when you see bait moving, that means food is stirred up along with an increase in the water oxygen levels. That's why moving water almost always leads to better fishing. And the fish, they know it's time to eat. Now the moon itself, it doesn't magically make fish bite. What it really controls is how much the water moves. That's the key. Now I want you guys to think of the moon as a big giant hand that's pulling on a rope connected to the earth, right? When the moon's gravitational pull on the earth is strong, the water moves more and the water level increases. And when the pull is weaker, the water settles down and so does the water level. And the fish, they don't want to waste time or waste energy chasing food all day. So what they do is work smarter, not harder. They let the water do the work for them. When the water moves, food comes to them, and that's when they eat. Now, the moon's effect on the ocean is a little different than that of freshwater. In the ocean, the effect is very noticeable because of the large mass of interconnected body of water, right? But in freshwater, it's less noticeable because lakes and ponds are more so isolated. But the overall effect on the fish behavior is still the same. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Moving water turns fish on, and still water turns fish off. So with that in mind, let's go through each phase and see how it affects the water and fish behavior. Up first is the new moon phase. Now during this phase, the moon lines up between the earth and the sun. It's practically invisible because the side facing the earth is in shadow and the side facing away is illuminated. Now when the sun and moon line up, their gravitational pull on the water combines. This creates very strong currents to occur, and those strong currents move bait, and the moved bait gets eaten, right? That's why new moon days are often some of the best fishing days. And because of the very little moonlight at night, fish are less likely to feed after dark. And because of this, it creates a short fasting period for fish, which makes them feed more aggressively the very next day, especially during sunrise and sunset. Now this new moon phase will usually last about 2 to 3 days. So make sure you mark those days on your calendar so you don't miss the opportunity for some really good fishing. Next up is the waxing crescent moon. And in this phase, the first sign of moonlight will start to appear. As the moon gets brighter, its gravitational pull on the water will slowly increase. And this phase will usually last about a week, and fishing will often improve as the days go on. Next up is the first quarter, a half moon. This is where fishing often slows down just a little bit. That's because the gravitational pull from the sun and the moon is slightly out of alignment with the earth. This small shift causes weaker currents and less bait movement. The water doesn't move as much during this phase, so on days like these, you usually get fewer bites. Fish will still eat, they just won't be as active. So you're going to need to fish slower and be more patient on these days. Now, this first quarter phase will usually last about 7 days before transitioning to the next moon phase. So next up is the waxing gibbous. Now, here the moon is getting closer to being full, so the moon's gravitational pull on Earth strengthens again. Fish usually feed more actively during this phase, so this will be a very solid time to fish, especially with moving lures such as spoons, crankbaits, jerkbaits, topwater plugs, jigs, and so forth. This phase usually lasts about 7 days, making it a great stretch to fish more aggressively. Next up, we have our full moon. This is when the moon is fully lit. It creates the strongest moving tides. Now from my own experience, I notice when fishing at night during the full moon, bigger fish come out to play, but during the day, I find the bite somewhat mediocre. I've also noticed that some of my best fishing days were about 3 days before and 3 days after the full moon, especially during the daytime hours. The bite was consistent and productive. So be sure to mark those days on your calendar so that you can have some very good productive fishing days. Now the full moon itself usually lasts about 2 days before transitioning to the next phase. And next up is the waning gibbous phase. From here on out, the moon's gravitational pull starts to weaken. And as that happens, the currents also weaken. The water will gradually become calmer as the days go on. Now because water is still moving in this phase, just not as aggressively, bait and other food sources will still be around, so fish will still be feeding. So you can still have some very good productive fishing on these days. This phase usually lasts about 7 days before transitioning into the next phase. Next up, we have the last quarter or third quarter moon. This brings us back to another half moon, and as I mentioned earlier, the gravitational pull continues to weaken. The water will become calmer and slower moving, leading to weaker currents and longer periods of slack water. This will also lead to a decrease in the water oxygen levels. So what this means for fishing around this time is that you can expect a much slower bite, so once again, patience is going to be your best friend. This phase will usually last about 2 to 3 days before transitioning into the last and final phase, the waning crescent phase. Now, in this phase, the moon's gravitational pull is now even weaker, so the waters will be even more calmer now. And as far as fishing goes, remember, fish are influenced by moving water. So if there's very little movement of water, the fish bite will be slow. Also, due to the lower light coming off of the moon during this phase, fish will probably be more active during the daytime than at night. Again, on these days, patience is key. So the next time you look at the moon, think about what it's doing to the water, because when the water moves, fish eat. That's the pattern. Now, before I wrap this up, let me just say there are other factors you should also consider when choosing the best days to fish, like barometric pressure, water temperature, the wind, and time of day. When you understand these, fishing starts to make more sense. You stop relying on luck and start fishing with intention. And that's when things really start to click. Well, that wraps up this tutorial, and I hope you found it helpful. If you did, much love is appreciated if you hit that like button. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel, as it really helps me to continue providing valuable and useful content like this for you all to enjoy. That's all I have for now. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.